Thanks so very much. It's good to have you there. This is the Anglican Cable Network Nigeria, ACNN Television. You are on to the news on the hour. I am Fulusho Taiwo. You're welcome. The Catholic Bishops' Conference of Nigeria, CBCN, has warned politicians to desist from using religion and ethnicity to divide Nigerians. Augustine Akubweze, the president of CBCN, handed this warning to politicians, saying, "Enough of your deceit." Speaking in Sokoto, Akubweze also urged Nigerians not to despair despite the challenges facing the country. He said only those who confront their challenges achieve the desired goals. The CBCN president also warned youth against engaging in fraudulent practices. Akubweze, however, called on the federal government to place more emphasis on ending the conflict between herdsmen and the farmers in the country. Over 7 months after the abduction of our daughter, Leah Sharibu, by the Boko Haram sect, Mrs. Rebecca Sharibu has continued to share her agony with a plea to President Muhammadu Buhari to take action and rescue her daughter. According to her, her saddest moment was when, after expressing joy and happiness that her daughter had been freed, she woke up to know that she was only dreaming. She added that the family had not remained the same since the unfortunate incident. Leah Sharibu was one of the 110 female students of the Government Girls Science and Technical College, Dapchi, Yobe State, who were abducted on February 19, 2018 by Boko Haram terrorists. While others were released by the terrorists following negotiations, Leah is still being held captive because she refused to renounce her Christian faith. Rebecca Sharibu spoke in an interview with newsmen at the headquarters of the Church of Christ for All Nations in Jos during the second anniversary of the Arewa Christians and Indigenous Pastors Association. The presidency has said it hopes the certificate forgery scandal involving Finance Minister Kemi Adeosun will soon be proven as false, claiming that investigations are still on after more than 60 days since the story broke. It however said the government will take the appropriate action immediately details of the investigations are made public. The presidency's first public comment on the matter, President Muhammadu Buhari's spokesperson, Garba Shehu, said the allegations against a key member of the administration were yet to be proven. Mr. Shehu, who was responding to allegations of corruption against top officials of the administration, said some persons were looking forward to a predetermined outcome from the allegations, hence their disappointment with the government action so far. The presidency says President Muhammadu Buhari is neither in confrontation with the parliament over his refusal to sign the amended Electoral Act bill nor against the use of card readers in the forthcoming elections. The president's senior special assistant on media and publicity, Malam Garba Shehu, who stated this in a statement in Abuja, said the president's decision to decline assent to the Electoral Act Amendment Bill 2018 had nothing to do with the use of card readers. Shehu Garba, therefore, described the allegations of opposition politicians as well as some newspaper editorial opinions, creating the impression that the president was against e-voting and the use of card readers in the 2019 general elections. The presidential aide expressed the readiness of Buhari to sign the Electoral Act after effecting all the necessary corrections, adding that the President Buhari had asked his officials to dialogue with the legislature for the corrections to be effected. According to him, the President's recent decision to decline assent to the bill has no effect whatsoever on INEC's use of card readers. Governor Abdulaziz Yari has declared his intention to contest for Zamfara West senatorial seat ahead of the 2019 general elections. The governor will seek to upstage Senator Ahmad Sani Yarima, who is serving his third term as senator representing Zamfara West. Yari, who announced this when he spoke to newsmen in Gusau, said he was contesting for the seat because of the interest he has in legislative process and to serve his people. The leadership of the State All Progressive Congress APC has since purchased nomination forms for Yari and other preferred aspirants. Yari was a member of the House of Representatives for Anka Talata Mafara Federal Constituency from 2007 to 2011. We shall now go on a short commercial break. We shall be back. Please stay with us.
Ajayi Crowther University admission has commenced. Programs on offer include undergraduate, postgraduate, part-time, HND conversion, foundation and pre-degree programs in faculties of law, humanities, education, natural sciences, social sciences, and management sciences. Faculty of Engineering offers mechanical, electrical, electronics, and computer engineering. Faculty of Environmental Studies features architecture and estate management. Our tuition is affordable and payable in 3 installments.
Visit www.acu.edu.ng for online application, screening, and admission letter. Giving our state-of-the-art facilities, well-equipped libraries, decent learning environment, and distinguished lecturers. Apply now by logging on to www.acu.edu.ng or call 0814 592-0637.
Ajayi Crowther University, raising godly intellectuals.
You are welcome back, and thanks for staying tuned. For more on our top stories, please visit our website at acnntv.com or youtube.com/ACNNTV. To be up to date with our news and other programs, please download the ACNN app for Android from Google Play Store. Women politicians in Kogi State have revealed what they have been going through in the hands of men in the state. The women allege that they were being denied the opportunity to contest elective positions and accuse male politicians of constantly seeking to dominate the political space. Some of them told newsmen in Lokoja, the state capital, that the men were using women as mere voters without giving them any chance to test their popularity. Mrs. Kemi Olujori, a former aspirant to the Kogi House of Assembly, said that she was not allowed to partake in our party's primary election because she was a woman. She, however, implored women to work towards voting at least one woman into an elective position to serve as their voice. On her part, Mrs. Bisi Abejide, another politician, said that women were often forced to vote candidates supported by their husbands. Abejide, however, enjoined women to vote for candidates of their choice, saying that voting was one of their fundamental human rights. She advised women against selling their votes urging them to vote for candidates that would listen to them and address their concerns. The senator representing Bayelsa East District in National Assembly, Senator Ben Mure-Bruce, has kicked against the loan by President Muhammadu Buhari administration to Osun State traders. The presidency had earlier stated that the loans were for traders benefiting from the Trader Money Scheme, which pays 10,000 naira to beneficiaries. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo's spokesman, Laulu Akande, in a clarification, explained that no documentation and permanent voters card, PVC, before or any kind was required against the backdrop of claims that PVC was a requirement for the loans. The spokesman said the loan is part of President Muhammadu Buhari's administration to empower more Nigerians economically, not to rig Osun elections. Reacting, Ben Bruce, in a post on his Twitter page, said the 10,000 naira loan just weeks to Osun State election shows high level of corruption by Buhari-led government. The Bayelsa State government at the weekend appealed to People's Democratic Party PDP members vying for the party's tickets to keep PDP's unity intact whenever the results of the primaries. Speaking in his office in Yenagoa, Commissioner for Information and Orientation Daniel Worrisomaxine said the primary should not throw up negative reactions that could lead to exit of members. He said only one person would emerge in each of the state and federal constituencies as well as senatorial zones, adding that victors should be supported by others to win the election in 2019. He noted that only bad losers and those without sound political ideology will dump the party because of their desperation in parochial interest. Maxine argued that the collective interest of the party is more important than that of any individual and urged aspirants to work hard to win delegates at the primaries. The Information Commissioner maintained that every loyal member of the PDP should work to keep the party together and confront challenges of winning the elections next year, rather than opt out to other parties, while praising Governor Siriake Dixon for the political stability in the state. Worrisomaxine noted that the state would have been up in arms and flames because of political tension, if not for the governor's intervention. He also hailed the leadership of the PDP in the state for their maturity and expressed confidence that the primaries will be free, fair, and credible. The leadership of Ohanaeze Ndigbo Youth Council worldwide has called on the federal government to intervene in the erosion problems affecting Isokwato and Abakaliki sections of both Abia and Ebonyi states respectively. In a statement issued in Abakaliki, the Deputy President General Ohanaeze Ndigbo Youth Council worldwide, Comrade Obinna Achonye, who described the affected sections as deplorable and a death trap for motorists, added that the intervention of the federal government would further complement the efforts of the states towards tackling erosion disasters in the affected sections. And now to some foreign news. 6 people have been killed and 16 injured between a car bomb exploded outside a local government office in Mogadishu, Somali police and rescue workers said police officer Ibrahim Mohammed said a vehicle had rammed a security checkpoint outside the Hordan district headquarters, then exploded. The explosion leveled buildings and left a thick plume of smoke, which could be seen across the city. The attack was claimed by the Shabab, an Al-Qaeda-aligned jihadist group fighting to overthrow the internationally backed government in Somalia. Active for the last decade, the militants carry out regular bombings and armed assaults on government, military, and civilian targets in the capital. The Archbishop of Canterbury, Most Reverend Justin Welby, has called on the Jewish community in the United Kingdom to rise in their sense of security and peace as they make efforts to protect themselves from the looming anti-Semitism in the country. Bishop Welby made this comment when he made a solidarity visit to Britain's Jewish Chief Rabbi Ephraim Mavis in his home to felicitate with Jewish community in their New Year, Rosh Hashanah, and also to commiserate with them as UK recorded highest anti-Semitic incident last year.
You've gone through, in the last few months, a very demanding, stressful time in some ways. Over the last few years, I think, with the increase in anti-Jewish attacks across the country on synagogues, on cemeteries, on individuals, and the unspeakable trolling through social media. Anything that permits attacks on one minority group is a threat to the entire structure of the nation. I find it hugely distressing and depressing that in the 21st century, that any community, especially the Jewish community, should have a deep sense of insecurity. I think that is appalling, and what that says to me is that the leaders in our nation must be very clear on giving security to the Jewish community. As you come to your new year, I want to wish the Jewish community in all its different parts a wonderful new year. To wish you especially, and this will be our prayer, an increase in your sense of security and peace and assurance of your future.
In his response, the chief rabbi appreciated Archbishop Welby and blamed the anti-Semitism on leaders who have allowed or even encouraged it.
Thank you so much. A year ago we had our aspirations, our hopes, our prayers, and we've seen that matters unfortunately haven't moved forward. If anything, they have deteriorated. And ever since the Holocaust, we never thought for one moment we would again need to defend our Jewishness, our identity, our existence. It is, to us, unbelievable what is actually happening now. We are absolutely determined to ensure that there will be a stop to the scourge of anti-Semitism. Across all institutions in this country, there should be a zero tolerance. We want to have a great, wonderful and happy future in the country that we love. We're Jewish and British, we're British and we're Jewish, and we're seeing that, unfortunately, so many irresponsible world leaders are allowing this to take place, some even encouraging it. And where you have poisonous comments laced with hatred, you can be guaranteed that hatred of the Jew will be coming very quickly.
It's on this note that we'll wrap it up. On this edition of the News on the Hour, we want to thank you and thank you profusely for watching. I am Folusho Taiwo. Please mend it. Don't end it in a hurry. God bless you.